Hi everyone, it's Karen here again and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you here with me. If this is your first time, I am an art journaler and mixed media artist, and I share videos, hints, tips and tutorials with you every week, twice a week. So if that sounds like something that you would enjoy, and I'm pretty sure that it is, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out the door. So time is one of those things that no matter how creative we are and how much we make, we just can't make more of it. So what we have to do is make the most of the time that we do have. So I'm sharing with you in this video some hints and tips on how to make the most of the time that you have in your journals and how to cut down on all of that unnecessary waste of time. So guys, the first tip that I would have for you, if you're wanting to get more done with the time that's available to you and just be as productive as you can when it comes to making your art, is to go ahead and prepare your pages with Gesso ahead of time. I always prepare my mixed media journal. This is the Delusions journal. I always prepare all of the pages with Gesso first because I just don't know what I'm going to put onto them. Unlike when I'm working in my altered book, I tend to not Gesso those pages because I know I'm not going to put loads of layers into them. In something like my mixed media art journal, I'm definitely going to be putting in a lot of layers of paint and different kind of mediums. So I always go ahead and prepare with Gesso first. So what I like to do when I'm finished working on some pages, or if I've got a few minutes, I'll go ahead and I'll go and Gesso the next few pages on in my art journal so that when I come to sit down and create, I don't have to wait for the Gesso to dry. So it really doesn't take very long, just a few minutes. You can spread over your Gesso, get it on the page, and then, you know, give it a quick blast with a heat gun and then move on to the next one. So I always make sure I work at least 3 or 4 pages in advance so that I don't have to waste any time preparing them ahead. So when you're finished your last journal page, just go ahead and work on a few more pages ahead with the Gesso. It really only takes you maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, but it really saves you a huge amount of time when it comes to sit down again. So another tip I would have for you is to create a little box of a lot of your go-to supplies or supplies that are very similar. So you may or may not know, I hope that you do know, but I'm part of the Brigitte's Mixed Media crew. So these are, in here is all of the things that I have for her design team. So in here I've actually got quite a lot, even though the box is really quite small. Let's just see, how big is this box? It's 6 inches by 9 inches, so 6 by 9 inch box. So if you have a little box like this, you can actually fit quite a bit in here. So inside here I have got all of my deco art stuff that I got from her. So I've got my Gesso, modeling paste, all of that kind of thing. I have got lots of deco arts paints here. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bottles in here. So that's all my different paint colours. I've also got my mini jelly plates here. So I got these as well. So there's 3 of those in there. And I also have the stamps. So I've got 1 set of stamps, 2 set of stamps, 3 sets of stamps, 4 sets of stamps, 4 sets of stamps in here. I have got stencils from her. I have got what's this, an embossing plate from her. I've got a texture plate from her. I've got some foil as well, and I've also got some embossing powders in here. So I've got 1, 2 embossing powders, and I have got this powder here as well, which works with the foil here. So inside this little box is everything that I need to work on any of the projects for her, for the design team. I know where everything is and it's all in one place. So when I sit down to create for a project for her, all I have to do is pick up this box and absolutely everything that I need is inside here. So there's no reason why you can't create a little box like this for yourself. Maybe some of your favorite stamps, your go-to paint colors if you have them in tubes, maybe some pens, and maybe even a paintbrush you could pop in here, and just have this somewhere where you can just grab it. It doesn't have to be right next to your workspace, but it is really handy to just have everything in the one place. You don't have to worry about wherever it is. The same goes for all of my stencils for Stencil Girl. They're all in the one box, so whenever I want to go and find a stencil, everything's in the one place. So I would definitely recommend you get yourself a little box like this and create a little kind of art pack for you, so that you can just grab it and then get started, and you're not worrying about where is this thing, where is that thing. Everything is in here and you go ready to go. So my next recommendation for being more productive in your journals and making more use of your time is to invest in this little tool here. This is a catalyst tool, and I have the 01 Mini. So this is by Princeton. You may have seen them in your art supply stores and kind of wondered maybe what they were for. So it's for applying paint, and it works a bit like, I guess, a spatula, but it's a lot softer. Now, I'm not normally one for saying this is what you need, go out and buy this, but this is definitely a case of go and buy it, you will not regret it. So this one wasn't particularly expensive, and they have them in all different sizes, but I would definitely recommend one with one of the wooden handles, and the 01 Mini is the one that I use the most. So the reason that I'm recommending this particular tool to you is that I use this tool to apply nearly probably 80% of my paint on my pages goes on with this tool. I use it to apply the gesso to the background of my art journal pages. You can use it to apply your acrylic paint then over the top of it. And what I love the most about this, and what really saves me so much time, is it applies the paint, but it applies the paint in a much thinner layer than, say, for example, your paintbrush would. So there's no wastage of paint, because the paint just comes straight off, because it's a plastic or silicone, and the paint here gets scraped right across the page, the full amount. So you'd be surprised at how little paint it takes to actually apply quite a large area when you're using a tool like this. And because it's not keeping all the paint inside the paintbrush, it means that it's going further, and also you don't have to waste time washing this. You can just wipe it off with a baby wipe, or scrape it off and completely clean it off on your page itself. So it really saves so much time when you're actually going to apply your backgrounds. Now, I know that for a lot of people, they would use something like an old credit card or an old gift card, something like that, and that does work, but it doesn't work as well. I have used gift cards and things like that as well, but I found that this little tool here, it just is the best thing I have in my entire art supply. If I had to lose everything and only keep one thing, this would definitely be it. So I would definitely recommend that you guys go out and purchase this, because it really does save you so much time when it comes to applying all of your layers of paint. So the last recommendation that I would have for you is completely self-serving and total self-promotion, and that is to go and check out my Skillshare class. I will pop the link down below this video, and my Skillshare class is 20-minute art journaling. So this page here is made in 20 minutes. This page here is made in 20 minutes. I have several pages in my journal. This one was made in 20 minutes. 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 This one was not made in 20 minutes. This was for a design team. This one was a little bit longer, but quite close to 20 minutes. This one was made in 20 minutes. This one was made in 20 minutes. And these are the two class projects. So when you are going to check out my Skillshare class, I will teach you all of my hints, tips and techniques in a lot more detail about how to really make the most of your time and time yourself to 20 minutes to get pages done. I'll give you explanation on how to build an art toolbox. We'll go through different techniques for making quick and easy backgrounds, and we'll also go through how to pick out products ahead of time and what kind of things you should be looking for. So I definitely recommend that you go and check it out. If you use my link below, you will be able to get 2 months for free when you sign up with Skillshare. So go down to the description box below and you can see the link there, and you can go straight to my class.